welcome to the Ashes of Creation April development update. We hope that you all are having a lovely month and that you're super excited to join us and see what we've got in store for you. We have so much. If you've never tuned into our streams before, this is where we go through everything that we've done this month. We go through each of the different departments and all of the cool stuff that they want to show off. And we hope that you enjoy it. And with me, as always, is our one, the only creative director, Stephen Sharif. How are you doing today? Besides a little,
I am stressed.
we have
I'm
those
doing
days,
okay.
you know. I think people think like it's all fun and games, but it's work, man.
Yeah, last night we had some fun stuff happen on the build side that kind of pushed some of the recording I wanted to do to this morning, and
Which
then
then stresses me out.
which stressed out Margaret. And then we started the recording, and I thought I started the recording, and we had a great record session.
It was so good.
It was so good.
It was perfect.
The recording didn't work. And I was so sad. Although Margaret, it's good. I guess it's good because Margaret had power issues. Your power went out.
I've never had that happen before, other than obviously in a storm and things of that sort. But my power fully went out, like in our entire house. We're like, oh no, what about the fridge? But it came back, so it was okay. But it was
So
really
computers, too many monitors.
Probably.
I do have 6 monitors, but I don't think that was a problem.
Oh, I just noticed how green you have so many plants now. That's awesome. I love them.
I'm accumulating. I might have a problem.
Oh, look
It's
at the
fine.
orchids. I love the orchids.
That's from you. John sent these.
Oh, is that our orchids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He sent them
cool.
to me for when my cat died, so it was very
Aw.
sweet of him. I'm gonna cry,
Well,
so let's just not talk
I
about it.
Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Had kind of the same morning as you guys did, except from the other side. But yeah, it's been good.
And Jeff Bard is our lead game designer, if you didn't know that. So I'm glad that
everybody.
you're doing well, Jeff. And of course, I'm your community marketing lead, and we are excited to run you through all of the things. So I'll just quick go over what we'll be covering today, and I'll give you our reminders. So first and foremost, we have our reminders that we'll go over. We have a studio update. We have a little bonus engineering video from them. And then we have design update with a little, well, a 16-minute video. So I wouldn't call that little
Should I be
necessarily.
concerned about what the engineering video is? Because I was rushing
should
so much,
all be
I didn't
You
concerned.
should
even
not be
review
concerned.
anything. I
You
didn't
should not
review
be
any of this
concerned.
stuff.
It's all in the run of show. You can go look at it right now if you want.
Okay.
But of course, I try to vet things to some extent, but I guess Stephen and I, sometimes Stephen's like, I wouldn't show that, but it's okay. I like showing some of the nitty gritty stuff. And then of course we have an environment art update with some concept stuff as well, and in-game screenshots of the amazing work they've been doing. And you're going to see some of that in the video as well, in the design video. And then we also have the character art update, which is filled with all of the goodies as well. And then we have our Q&A, which, you all have submitted some amazing questions. Toast was telling me that it was so many pages long, but she has been amazing and gone through all of it. And if you don't get your question answered here, it may be answered over on our forums after the live stream, because she's awesome and just goes through all of them and tries to answer, especially the ones that have already been answered. So just do keep an eye on that stuff. And so I'll just quickly go through the quick reminders. First and foremost, I'll switch over here so you can see all the things. We have our monthly cosmetic swap over for From the Undergrowth, which is scheduled for May 5th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Pacific, as noted in the news article. We always let you know when they're going to swap over in advance, so you know how long you have to get them. A reminder that these are exclusives, and there's more information on that over on our KB articles over on the support page. During this time, we'll also be adding in Alpha 1 pre-order packages, or the Alpha 1 pre-order package. We know that that is something that people have been asking about, and we will be adding that. So that will be coming on May 5th, 2021. You'll have upgrade paths for that, for folks who already have pre-order packs. And of course, if you're a Kickstarter backer, there's already upgrade paths in order to get the access to Alpha 1. And more information will be in our May 4th sneak peek news cosmetic article. We always do this. We give you an update the day before so that you, or sometimes even more in advance, about the new cosmetic set so you know what's swapping over, as well as this one will include an FAQ about the Alpha 1 pre-order package, because we know there will be some extended questions and we want to make sure that we're getting those answered prior. So as soon as that comes out, check out those Q&A questions or FAQ questions, and then if there's any other questions that come up, we'll add to that article as well if we see some more frequently asked questions that we didn't think of. But I think we're usually pretty good with our FAQs. That should cover all of that. Stephen, I know you wanted to maybe preface something on that front as well.
Yeah, so guys and gals, just to preface yet again, I know in my director's letter I did give a stern warning about Alpha 1 and what to expect. This is a true developmental alpha. There are going to be bugs. There's going to be unfinished systems. These are in very core fashion. If you are interested and you are planning to purchase or upgrade the package, it is a high dollar value package. It's a $500 package. It needs to be that in this round because we have to respect, obviously, those who came before you who are planning to purchase again. But do not purchase this package if you're looking to play a game. If you're looking to play Ashes of Creation, you should not be purchasing an Alpha 1 package. I know it's weird. You probably never heard a company tell you not to do this.
We also tell you don't buy the packages in general, like the monthly packages. Don't buy them if you're not, if you're not interested and you're not sure about it. Really, it's for the people who want to back our development path. And we've mentioned this before about what the cosmetics do, but all of those items allow us to create the world. They're the NPCs in the world. They help us make NPC variants. The clothing and costumes are costumes that we'll be putting on NPCs. Like, you're actually helping us create the world, and that is something that you're doing along with us, and that is,
And most importantly, the real role of an alpha backer or tester is to provide feedback, is to test, and it is an arduous journey to be a tester because you're having to deal with delays, you're having to deal with bugs and crashes and fixes, and you are expected to give feedback in our forums on these, in our private alpha forums. You're in the NDA Discord channel, interacting with the devs, and just playing the waiting game. Now, obviously, we're going to have a lot of bug fixes and stuff that we have been going through, and we're trying to get it in a good spot so things are going to go well. But just keep in mind, you are not purchasing Alpha 1. For those of you who are interested in that, and I know we've had a lot of interest in it, you're not purchasing Alpha 1 to play Ashes of Creation. You are purchasing Alpha 1 if you do so to test it and to give us feedback, and that's a responsibility we expect you to hold dear. So I'm trying to give you as much of a stern warning as possible so that you understand. Now, obviously, the package I think is priced and has goodies in it that are good. There's a lot of game time there. There's credits, there's cosmetics, and when you calculate those things, obviously the alpha isn't, I think the alpha is like $50 or something if you try to calculate all the other stuff, or I don't know. We don't have necessarily a price for it, but just keep that in mind. So hopefully
it will be similar to the package that you guys have been, if you've purchased
the Intrepid
Alpha
pack.
1 package before, and then obviously the upgrade paths will be the diff against, and then obviously the item diff against as well.
I saw someone in chat just says, "Take my life." No, temper, hold. No, I'm just kidding. That's so great.
I think Stephen has basically been trying to say this, and if you read or checked out our creative director's letter, which is another element, definitely go check out that creative director's letter. We really tried to set the expectation here that, this is not a final product, that it is alpha. There will be bugs. So if you're watching streams and stuff, keep that in mind, and YouTube videos. I know there will be people who cover our content and judge us as if we were a final product, but we just want to preface that you're going to see the journey, and it's going to be a long one. I mean, even the past, if you've looked at kind of the past content before I even started, you can see how much has changed, and it's quite amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know we've said this often in the past, but there's obviously different groups of people who are really invested and follow the game religiously, and then those who are just kind of innocent bystanders that see, some press release every now and then. there's going to be people out in different gaming communities that look at what Alpha 1 is, and they're going to say, oh, see, look, this doesn't look good, or it's buggy, or
They'll
whatever.
come back, Stephen.
No, I know. No. I have
They
no
will.
concern about that. Like, in my opinion, it has been a far more beneficial approach from a transparency standpoint to show active development, even if that active development isn't as pretty as, what the game is going to be obviously at launch. But it's important that, the community be a part of the process and gets to see the actual. I mean, we're a really ambitious project, and there's not very many projects at our scale that do transparent development.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing for the community to be involved with. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. We've made changes based on that feedback, and people get to feel a part of this process, and that's an important thing, I think, more so than the downside of people taking a glance and saying, oh, this is the product, like, that's not what I expected.
Yeah.
I have full confidence that those types of people, they come around every press beat. Every time there's some like Alpha 1 or Alpha 2 or Beta, they're going to see the press reports, they're going to see the, content creators, and they're going to see what the product looks like in an evolutionary state. They're just not going to have full context that people who are part of the community religiously see and know. But when we get down the road and Alpha 2 comes out and Beta comes out and eventually launch comes out, I have no problem. I think we'll recapture that audience, obviously, so I have no real concerns about that. But just for you guys to make sure you understand, it's an alpha, help to spread that message and awareness so that people know.
And, all of our social platforms right here on the right side of me, or maybe it's on the left when you're watching. But those are the great places. We constantly post on there. I mean, for a game that's, still in development, we're posting stuff all the time and keeping people engaged and letting you know what new things are coming out. And even if you don't watch our live streams, we do try to keep people updated on the content that's within our live streams. So for those of you hardcore folks, a lot of that content might not be new, but I think for the people who maybe don't follow so closely, hopefully we're keeping them up to date on everything that's going on. Now, on the other side of it, we still have some more updates. On the community front, we've got a lot going on. So, of course, last month we had our dev discussion, which was what kinds of tools or rewards most encourage you to become involved in a mentorship program, either as a mentor or a mentee. And you guys have submitted some great feedback for us. I believe Toast might have already sent that report over to the dev team. And we will be doing May's dev discussion regarding crafting. I know folks have been wanting to talk about crafting. We're ready to talk about it now. So definitely, if you care about crafting or you have a friend who cares about crafting, go tell them to get involved in this discussion so that we can get their feedback. A lot of the times, like we said before, that feedback pretty much is in line with our designs, but it's always great to ensure that we're on the right page, that we're thinking of all of the things. And sometimes you guys think of something that we didn't think of, or you have a problem that we are able to address in other means. So definitely let us know, and we'd love to hear your feedback. And of course, you can still go back and give us mentorship feedback as well. Now, if you've been following us closely, you know that we have been doing guild gatherings as well. We are starting to build out those social systems now, and obviously guilds are a massive social system within MMORPGs. And we asked you guys this month, how do you measure your success as a guild in a game? What kind of things would you like to see in Ashes of Creation to help you measure that success? And you've already submitted a lot of great feedback for us. I know the dev team is going to take that with all of their heart. And of course, next month, we will be talking about team building. And, obviously there's a lot that goes into team building. So really give us your feedback. Let us know, because we want to be able to provide you those systems. We want to be able to provide you that type of content. And if you guys give us, the feedback that you want, then, we'll make it come to fruition. That's our goal. And of course, last but not least, we have our upcoming schedule. And that is going to be, May 14th through May 21st, which is our Alpha 1 preview playtest. It's a week-long playtest, and we'll be sending out some emails for everybody who's eligible for that. Most of you already know if you're eligible, but do keep an eye. We'll be sending an RSVP email along with Discord Connect so that you can connect your Discord account. You should also have access to a forum section and all of that jazz, and we'll just try to keep you guys informed on all all of the things as we move forward. Toast does an amazing job of also putting together a great, FAQ doc, as well as grab some information from design, so you know what classes are available, what systems are available, what things we're testing, what type of feedback we're looking for. So just keep an eye out on that. And last but not least, I know I have a lot today for community reminders. Content creator program. We know that people have been asking about it, and the revamp is very close. So we're hoping to be able to announce that next week. So stay tuned. And, we're excited to have you all join the journey with us. We have a lot of cool things planned, and hopefully you're excited as well. And with that, I'm going to move on over to our studio update so that Stephen can tell us a little bit about what's been going on at our studio, which is a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Absolutely. So we are finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with getting back into studio together once again. A lot of work has been done over this last month. We've had a fun time, all the leads picking out furniture for the new studio, doing walkthroughs of the studio, making plans. Yes, Jeff did win the chair battle. He selected the chair, so if anybody in the studio doesn't like them, you can blame Jeff.
I do want to say this. It has been cool that you've allowed all of the leads to be part of that process. I've worked at a lot of companies where we've moved studios and we have not been. So I think that that's really, you could have easily just decided on all of the things without the rest of us.
Well,
so
I think it's more...
it.
I think it's fun to be inclusive in those things, in everything I try to do. Obviously, I enjoy the extra voices, and I think it's an important part of this being a collaborative effort, and even down to the chairs.
I want to say on the chair front, we had a variety of sizes of people. I'm a very tiny person and everyone else is giant. So it was definitely interesting to see what kind of chairs different people liked.
Yes, it was fun to see
the
that.
chair you guys decided on, I feel like I can't push back on it very hard.
It was like a catapult for you.
It's super comfy though, honestly. I love it.
But we figured out how to adjust it, and I think I'll be fine.
So we've been doing a lot of stuff on that front for the studio. We're hoping to be back in. It's looking like we're going to start phasing in June 15th up until July 1st, and by that period of time, we should have everybody in the new studio. Once we're situated and everything's good, I know Margaret is just waiting to do tours and videos.
Tours, dev updates, dev diaries. We want to bring that back. I have to do a whole slew of headshots because I need to take pictures of everyone in the studio that's joined us. We have so many things that we want to do, and then obviously a lot of behind the scenes on social. So definitely follow us on social because we'll be taking pictures more like candid style. So nothing too crazy, but kind of over the shoulder stuff that you can see what people are working on as we move forward. It's going to be cool to be able to do that kind of stuff again.
Absolutely. It's going to be great, obviously, also for our hiring strategy to attract new team members. You guys can take those tour videos and spam them on all the socials to all your favorite devs and say, why aren't you working at Intrepid? No.
Our live stream updates, we'll all be all together in the same room again. It's a different type of atmosphere, I feel like, when we're all together.
Yes, absolutely. So things are going well. We're still hiring. We're going to have some fun hiring phases as soon as we're back in studio. They're going to be virtual and physical job fairs we're planning to do. We have a lot of space in this studio. It's huge, and we are going to be hiring a lot of new amazing talent. So we're very excited about that. Otherwise, developments moving forward. Team is doing a stellar job. The world is beautiful. The mechanics are up and running, and we're getting a lot of great performance gains over these play tests on the networking side as well. So we're very excited to share that for Alpha. We're hard at work getting that stuff ready. And the studio is in a good state.
Yay. All right. We're going to move on to our design goodies. But first, got a little engineering bit, and I'm gonna
surprise.
I'm gonna walk you.
What is
a
this?
Surprise for you guys. But if you read my run of show, you wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think I had time to read the run of show? I was in there. Are you kidding me?
I put this nice document that's like a bajillion pages long.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay. I'm gonna show you guys this video, and I'm gonna talk over it a little bit because our wonderful Kevin McPherson, aka Mick P, our engineer who does a lot of amazing work. His team is also just
our lead
phenomenal.
For sure.
That team is they are like the glue for everybody. They make
Magic day in and day out.
So just shout out to them in general. You don't get to see a lot of updates from engineering, but
I hope there's not actual code in this. Like we've obfuscated anything
it's
sensitive.
no code. It's a visual thing.
I'm so scared right now.
Okay, I kind of like making Steven wait. No, okay, we'll switch over to it. All right, here we go. It's pretty simple. I don't think you'll be that freaked out. So they're working on performant buoyancy models that can be synchronized efficiently between client and server. What this is going to allow us to do is it will be used for naval adventures in the future. Performing time synchronized calculations on both the client and the server reduces the network traffic required to support large numbers of buoyant objects. So, you know, like all of the ships that will be on there, and allowing us to support more of them at once. So large siege battle or like large naval battle type of content pieces, hopefully down the line, right? So that's kind of it. Steven's like, is there anything that's not supposed to be there? Look at it.
I know, I'm so concerned. But
I think it's good. It looks good. Looks clear.
No, yeah, it looks very good.
Brown bear spawner.
There's a lot of physics, obviously, in the ocean that's intended between the buoyancy that's there for ships, for players, for pretty much everything going on in the water has some type of buoyancy associated with it. So it's important to keep that relatively performant, and it's good to see that testing on the code side is already on top of it. We're excited for that aspect of Ashes. The naval content is always a fun thing.
We get a lot of questions about naval content. Obviously, it's not going to be in the Alpha 1 per se, but we do get a lot of questions about it. So we are working on stuff that you're not seeing in the Alpha 1 as well. So.
I see somebody says 5,000 bears on boats.
Yes.
5,000 bears on 5,000 boats.
We will have to test it, but not 5,000. Let's slim it down to like 200 versus 200.
All right, very well.
You gotta shoot for the stars, don't you?
That's true. You
shoot
for the moon, even if you miss. You'll land among the stars.
There's got to be some kind of like.
That's one of my favorite motivational speakers, Les Brown. That's his saying. I love it.
It's very exciting.
So very.
Do you want to talk any more on that front, Stephen, at all?
No, I think that's good. I know everybody's waiting patiently to see the footage.
All right.
And although I'm not, let me preface that. So the first recording was amazing. Well, I should say the first run through, the recording actually didn't work. And I was so sad, but the second one's okay. But what we're gonna do after this, I just want to let you know, I'm gonna try to go through and do a little bit broader recording, obviously in 4K again, and we'll upload that to YouTube hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to edit or cut anything. I just want to do another take and kind of explain a little bit more about the mechanics of the sieging and stuff. But what you guys are about to view now is one of the raid bosses that's in the siege zone. So as you know, we were talking about porting over the siege code out of APOC into MMO proper, and Alex has been doing an amazing job on that front. And the design team, I think Corey Rice and Chang and Chris Justo, each of them had a dragon to work on, right? There was the fire, the frost, and the forest dragon, and three of these are scaled up and they're built for a larger raid as part of that siege zone. So I'm going to explain a little bit about this in the video that I record again after the stream today and put up on YouTube in a little bit more detail. But keep in mind, obviously, to preface, this is still a work in progress. This is the alpha. This stuff, will get better smoothed out and polished, and bugs will be fixed and whatnot. But it'll give you an early look, at least, of what some players can expect from a raid perspective with some of these large bosses.
And of course, this live stream will also be on YouTube, so you'll have more content.
Double content.
Double. All right, I'm going to pop over then that video, and we'll see you all in about 16, 17 minutes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 4K stream inside the Ashes of Creation Alpha 1 world. I am joined by our amazing community marketing lead, Luperza, a.k.a. Margaret Crone.
Hello.
Oh my God. It matches your Plague Doctor.
I know. I had to. Sorry. Just kidding. I'm excited. Look how beautiful this is.
Yay. We also have with us our awesome, most amazingly soft Peter Pallone, senior producer on Ashes of Creation.
How's it going, everyone?
Yay. I see you're on a fox, Peter.
Yeah, this thing looks awesome. I absolutely love it.
I saw the effects for that. I think people will get to see it soon, but we don't have it on right now. But there's a lot of fire around that fox.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Also, the
totally.
community was summoning Peter the other day in Discord. It was pretty funny.
We also have with us one of our glorious programmers, Mr. Alex Cadoli, aka Slurpee.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, buddy. How you doing?
Glad to be back. I'm doing fine.
Nice.
My fellow
Working hard.
Kieran Ryder.
Oh yeah, he's also on a Kieran. What is that? What's it called? Kieran?
Kieran, yeah.
You have a silver one. He has a gold one.
Yeah, it's like a dragon deer.
Dragon
interesting.
deer. Love it. Yeah, I like the scales. It's cool. And then we also have a new face with us. One of our amazing game designers, Mr. Chris Justo. How you doing, buddy?
Good, good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're excited to see your dragon.
Me too.
So for those of you who don't know, we're going to be going through a little raid here just to show you guys what to look forward to in Alpha 1, what you'll be seeing. This is a dragon that was designed by Mr. Justo, and it has some pretty fun mechanics. The character team did a great job with the actual model. Animations look great. The effects team did a great job, and it has some fun mechanics we're going to see here in a little bit. But as far as I understand, Chris, this is probably not something that we as 5 people can take on.
No, we definitely will die horrible deaths if we try and do it ourselves.
So what do you think? We need like, what, 40 to 60 people?
That's a good rough number.
Nice. So for those of you guys who don't know, this, and by the way, it is currently 11 a.m. We have had the absolute most difficult time recording this footage this morning. Last night...
I'm having an internal struggle.
It's okay. I know we have the stream starting in about 43 minutes, so we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna see you guys on stream here in a little bit. But the last recording ended up not actually recording, and Margaret's power went out, and it's just been.
I've never experienced that before where your whole house just resets. It was crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty crazy. Well, what do you guys say we actually see if we can call some friends in to help us with this? I think, Chris, you're going to tank, right?
I am going to tank.
All right. Well, maybe we should see if our friends actually come in. Hold on. Let's not totally aggro it yet. You want to talk a little bit about the mechanics of this boss?
Yeah, so he is very area denial focused, so he leaves behind a bunch of poison puddles that tanks can soak up, or he can soak up, and he tries to basically shun you out of the raid.
Well, he definitely looks scary. And there's 2 other dragons in this siege zone as well, correct?
Yeah, there is a fire dragon that Corey made, and an ice dragon that Chong made.
Nice. I'm very excited. Very excited to see it in action.
People really like the ice dragon look, like the area.
Oh yeah, the ice dragon area is awesome. I'll probably run over there and show people. I see some of our raid members coming. Are they ready to participate? Chris, I think you have the go-ahead to start tanking, my friend.
All right,
I'll
let's
keep
go.
you up, or try to.
And just for the stream's purposes, I'm not going to be too heavy in the play. I'm trying to get some good footage for you all so that you can see.
I'm gonna support Chris with some mana.
Nice. I can give him some heal. There you go. All right, you're building up hate on it right now, Chris?
You know it.
You let us know when you want us to start fighting. Oh my gosh. Where's our raid?
I see the reinforcements.
Oh, are they
rallying.
here? Nice.
Send him in.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's
how
so
did I
good.
die?
Oh, you were out of my sight.
Oh no. Hold on.
You're like behind a rock.
Oh,
Do you need me to res you?
somebody doesn't have a shirt on. Clayton. Yeah, if you could res me, that'd be great.
I gotta get out of combat. Okay, I'm resing you.
All right.
Should have gotten it.
Got it.
Sweet.
Oh my god. I'm gonna
Try to heal you up.
I'm gonna oh, and I'm dead.
Oh, I just healed you.
That's
Did
okay.
you not put on gear?
Oh, yeah, you might not have gear.
Yes, I will put on gear. Hold on.
Okay, I got your heals.
Alright, I gave myself a bunch of health. I apologize for shooting everybody. I had to. I gotta get footage for you. Don't hate me. Oh, this guy looks great though.
Yeah, don't stand behind the rock over there, because then I can't see you and won't heal you.
So what's he shooting at us, Chris?
Balls of poison.
And if we stand in the poison?
You will
You
get
die.
plenty of poison stacks and die.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I can try to heal you through it, but it's...
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Don't
it knocked
get
us
hit
back.
by that.
Can we jump to avoid that?
Yes, you can.
Oh, sweet. Oh, I jumped way too early. Okay, I was out of range. Oh no.
Oh, I made it.
I think he's standing on... Oh, shoot. See if we can grab him, move him over.
Oh no, the poison.
I'm trying to
It's
heal you.
everywhere.
Oh, wow. So he shoots up a bunch of those poison puddles, huh?
Yeah, he will target up to 16 players with that.
Oh wow. Alright, he's about halfway down.
Okay, nice.
I gotta get close to get mana.
Oh, I love the poison breath.
That's probably my favorite effect that Jim did up for it.
Oh no. It's a poison waves again.
See if I can pan out and get a good picture of the raid fighting him. This guy's a big boy. Or girl.
He is big.
I don't want to assume anything.
Yeah, gosh, Steven.
I just saw his tongue stick out.
He's at about 10%. Pretty close.
Oh, nice. He seems confused.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw like a light show behind him.
Yeah, someone's using the mage abilities.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that was great.
Woo! I was able to keep you up.
Very cool. Does he have loot on him?
If he did, he doesn't have it anymore.
I see people in chat yelling, "Where's my loot?"
That's nice. All right, let's take flight if we can as a group. I want to take a look at the couple other dragons and kind of explain a little about the siege zone. So, Alex, you've been working on actually porting over all of the siege code from APOC over to MMO proper.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've been working hard, basically carrying over APOC Siege Manager, APOC Siege Vehicles, and also control points straight to Ashes. It's been an easier, way easier now because we already have all the code written. It's just we have to have some adjustments, small adjustments within our Ashes code base. That's why it make it so we can make it pretty much on time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's definitely a lot of work, but it's good that a lot of that code is already there in APOC and able to port it over. Obviously, you guys can see there's a little castle over there. It's not quite finished yet. This area isn't totally done. Here's one of the other dragons, and the cool thing is, you know, as obviously as players are facing off against one another, they have to kind of decide whether or not. Ooh, I think it just aggroed me.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I see it.
All right, well, hopefully it doesn't do anything crazy. I am in the air. I don't know what it could do. But, oh, I see Mage Team 6 down there. Careful.
It's my natural habitat with my fox.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, we have like another a dragon brethren over here on Luperza. Maybe it'll recognize you as a friend.
Oh, should I try and see?
No,
Let's see.
no, probably not. I don't know.
I don't think that's the safest call.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh no, it's moving. It's moving.
Oh, is it
It
going to
wasn't
me?
I
All right,
promise
bye.
it wasn't me.
No, no, careful, run. Oh, and
Coming for you.
okay, it's moving back. But as you guys can see, there's, this dragon obviously, when players decide whether or not they want to engage with one of these dragons, they're making a decision on behalf of their team to kind of take the risk. But there's a reward, obviously, during the siege. If you do down one of the bosses, your team does get a pretty significant buff as part of that. So it can definitely be worth the risk. And what does this dragon do, Chris?
He has a really, really scary rage mechanic where if you're not dealing with some of his other mechanics, he will just start one-shotting people.
Oh my god. Yeah, I saw he had like a fire breath that he was using that was relatively concerning. Oh, it looks like he's like enraging himself for some reason.
I just like how he stares at me right into my soul.
I know. I like his little tongue that kind of sticks out. But the good thing is, like, each of these players have access to, they have all obviously different mechanics, they have different strengths and weaknesses, and it's on the part of the players kind of to determine that. Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Oh no.
Why'd he get so mad? We're just looking at him.
Just wants to get a little toasty.
He's a little territorial.
Look at him.
I think he's a
I
little
like
hungry.
that.
He's so.
That looks so cool.
What is that?
Oh, nice knowing you, Steve.
No! No! Whoa. I resisted it. Oh, it's doing a little bit of damage.
That looks cool from my perspective. It was
That's
like a
funny.
giant ball of fire.
He threw a little like meteor at me. What are these?
Oh, bye.
Whoa! Let's go over to the frost area. Are those like mirror images?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, here we go. So
They
this.
will actually one-shot you.
Oh no. So this dragon over here, he brought the weather with him. Let's see if we can go down into the area. And I'm on the ground. I'm on the ice. I feel like I need some skates for this.
Like a little slippy slidey.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, I love the weather effects. It's got a little bit of like a blizzard haze going on.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. It's got some snow. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, a lot of people like this one.
The Elder Dragon of Tundra. So now what are this guy's mechanics? Just the general gist.
He has some slows that he does, and he can freeze people in blocks of ice, and they are very bad to get stuck in.
You're the tank, Steven, now.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh, whoa.
Oh,
What was that?
Ouch.
Whoa.
I don't know, but
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
like it.
Oh no.
So he has a lot of
Oh my god, I think he's coming for me
AoE.
because I was healing you.
Yeah, he's gonna make you dance around.
Now does he
I
like
dodged him.
freeze people too?
Yes. So you get frozen, and then he does things that make you have to dance. So if you're frozen, you're out of luck.
Oh, that guy's pretty cool. That's very cool. So to give you guys a little quick rundown of kind of how sieges are going to work in Alpha 1, obviously they're not going to be what the end goal is for sieges, but there'll be a representation kind of those core mechanics. So players will have the ability to kind of register they'll have the ability to join a guild, and guilds will have the ability to register for the sieges on a daily basis. These sieges are going to take place daily. They'll be 3-hour-long events. We obviously want this during Alpha 1 so that we can, utilize that from a density and performance perspective, collect metrics on it. It's very important for us to have, that data. And it's going to be 100 versus 100 players to start, attackers versus defenders, and there will be a victory mechanic inside the castle that attackers will have to achieve through kind of casting on this relic, and then when the victors are determined at the end of the day, they will have access in the open world for them to interact with a steward at the castle and get some goodies because they won that fight that day. And then also, one other important note, there are some resources in this area, some unique resources in this area during the siege that you can try to gather. They are, they're not super abundant, but they are necessary in order to craft some of the top end gear during the alpha. So obviously, it goes without saying, have to give the standard kind of disclaimer. This is our first alpha. Things are still a major work in progress, but we're excited. Oh, that's cool. You have like a little bone strider. That's funny.
I got a rhino.
Oh, look at that. How cool. Don't break through the ice with that thing.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this real quick look, the fun little stuff we're doing for Alpha 1. We're excited to get you guys in and show off some footage in May and in June, and keep you guys a part of the process as we move forward in the development of Ashes of Creation. We will see you all back on stream here in just a second. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Oh, look at the fire dragon over here. And we're back.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Yay.
That was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, that was great. I'm so sad that the first recording didn't work. It was you guys noticed there's a little bug at the end of the dragon fight where he got stuck in his behavior tree and wasn't doing some actions at the end. There's a little bug we're gonna fix, but it wasn't in the first recording or the first non-recording. So I was like, darn it, it came in the second one.
It's okay. It happens, man.
Yeah.
Let's see if this plays for us in the background. Yay. Cool. I'll just kind of have it in the background. I didn't really see a ton of questions in chat. It seemed like most people were really excited that they loved seeing the progression and the changes that have come along the way. Is there anything else that you two feel like you want to address on that front? If not, let's talk a little bit about Alpha 1 and your progress towards Alpha 1 and what you guys have been working towards.
Let's see. So I don't think there's anything more. Like, Steven covered everything pretty well in that siege video. Obviously, there's a lot more work we need to do to tidy it up and get it all cleaned up and put in a bow ready for Alpha 1. But I mean, I think it's pretty cool already. So we're pretty stoked about where we're at. We have been working on mostly a lot of content for Alpha 1. Obviously, like as Steven said, like this is not going to be the game, but we also want to make sure that people have plenty of things to do while they're in the game, chases to have, get that sort of like, a preliminary Ashes of Creation experience. And to do that, we need to have a lot of content for that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're wrapping a lot of things up. I think there's like over 200 quests or so in the game right now. There's a bunch of dungeons. We've kind of retooled all of the boss fights. Those dragons that you see in the siege are actually in the world, part of the open world too. They'll be slightly different. There's some extra mechanics in the siege versions versus the ones that are in the world. But there's plenty of cool things to get on both of them. So make sure you check them out and hunt them down. There is all sorts of cool things to discover. We've worked on trying to like make sure there's, for those of you who like to explore like me, that there's lots of cool things you can kind of like uncover and look under rocks and get exposed to some stuff that you might not have seen before. So again, not to like, not to say this is going to be the finished game, but there's still going to be a lot of cool stuff to find and a lot of cool gameplay to experience. So yeah, it's just us trying to wrap this stuff all up and make sure that it's ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. And then yesterday I had a great review with Taylor Pope and Corey Rice on the design team for itemization changes that are going to be present in Alpha 1. I think there's like 49 unique sets that people can craft, find, quest, drop that are going to be present in progression from 1 to 15.
You said the word craft. I have to stop you there because people are going to want to know more about that for sure.
So just to be clear, the crafting system and the resource system that's present in Alpha 1 is only presented in a way that represents the core gameplay loop of crafting, resource gathering, and items. This is not going to be representative of what obviously Ash's crafting system will be. We didn't have time to put that into Alpha 1, but we did want to represent that aspect of gameplay. But they did it. They've done a great job in, I think, making a compelling case from a progression standpoint for players to kind of pursue in the game as a chase.
Also, keep in mind those 49 sets are not 49 unique looks; they're 49 sets. So
Yep.
you'll see similar looks across different sets,
Yep.
geared toward different types of stat distribution. So
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously, we have to share looks across that data, that different game mechanics that we're going to associate stats and power values with. But the character team, obviously we have a lot of work ahead of us for actual sets, so we share some of those appearances.
Just for
but
the
no,
alpha, right? Primarily
absolutely.
at the moment, yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Just to clarify for people who might be confused.
Yep. But yeah, no, everything everything's coming together. We still have a lot of bug fixing and some optimization to do over these next few weeks. But things are coming together good. Everybody's doing a great job on the team.
Yay. And of course, we know you guys have a lot of questions and things of that sort in regards to other things, which we will be getting into in our Q&A segment. But we're going to move on over to our environment stuff, if you guys are cool with that.
I'm cool with it.
All right, let's move on over. On the environment front, we have so many cool images. So to start us off, I'm going to show some concept art that the team has been working on, which, some of these you've seen different versions of or like not final. And then, of course, some of these are completely new ones. But a lot of jungle area oriented things because guess what? You're going to be seeing some jungle action.
It's the tropics.
The tropics.
The tropics and jungle are actually separate biomes.
Yep.
So which ones of these are the jungle versus tropics here? I think the first two.
This is all
I
tropics.
think these are all tropics.
Tropics,
So
okay.
jungle
Separate.
biome's a little bit different. But
Which
yeah.
we've shown some previously of the jungle biome. So it's,
They should have all been tropics, actually, I think.
oh,
We haven't touched the jungle biome yet. So everything you're seeing, even though there incorporates jungle in the sense of the word, like, this kind of canopy or more tropic driven, like jungle appearance, it's actually, from a biome perspective, it's a separate type of biome than what the jungle will be, which is different.
cool. Well, I've seen some other stuff then that you haven't. But we've got a lot of cool stuff, and our concept team just does amazing work. And we're going to be showing some in-game screenshots of some of the other stuff that has been worked out. So next up here, I've got. Oh, I need to switch to the scene. There we go. Some objects that they've been working on, and a whole slew of them here. Amazing pieces. I think some of these are for the crypt area.
Yeah, there's going to be a new, for those of you who have played in one of our previews, there's been a big revamp of that starting area. We've got a new dungeon there, and these are some of the pieces that you'll see around that dungeon.
And what about the ships? There's like little boats and stuff of that sort that are added.
There's a whole lot of water in this in this area, and pirates have taken up residence in a lot of it. There's a lot of hidden coves, a lot of hidden caves, and you'll see sort of their evidence of their existence in these places.
And all of those points of interest, many of them obviously level up with the nodes as the nodes progress as well. So you'll see, new NPCs spawn and even some additional props added as these like
New structures sometimes.
Exactly. Oh my God! I thought I told Bacon to take those out.
You don't like those spider women?
No.
Those are part of another one. Another new dungeon.
And then, of course, well, you got a sneak peek of another dungeon that you weren't supposed to. And then we have the throne room stuff that they've been working on, which you're going to get to see an in-game screenshot of as well, which is phenomenal. So we'll move on to those, actually, which are the in-game screenshots, which just awesome. So we have Goblin Camp, I believe.
Yep.
Here are
Yeah, so if you saw those concept art pieces before, this is the actual place, which looks almost identical to the concept art. It's pretty amazing.
And then we have the hotbed, which you're seeing now.
Which will be renamed. That's not its official name.
Yeah, that's just what
But
our
yes.
internal name
The
is.
hotbed.
The hotbed.
It's so evil.
It's a very corrupted area, which we walked through in our
did.
previous live stream. So if you want to
That's
see
correct.
us walking around in there, they've been working on a lot of lighting stuff. So this kind of showcases a lot of what they've been working on in textures.
And this is also pushing it even further. So you saw it before, it was kind of like about like a 75% done. These are shots of it being completely done. So we're in the process of populating this out right now.
Next month, you'll get to see them filled with population, right? Because the design is
Should be,
in
yeah.
that part. Yeah.
Well, it better be done next one.
Yeah, that's true. And then these are some new trees that have been added. We have they just keep adding amazing stuff. And this is the throne room. Just wow. You probably saw some of the concept art that we had of it. Now look at the in-game. Just
Where do we see this throne room?
This is the new character creator.
Is that the first time I showed that? Maybe I've
think
seen
so.
I
it.
think maybe.
I saw the
Or-
concept.
yeah.
It looks great. Oh, that's the new character creator room.
Well, that's the new character stable area. So previously, I think it was a little encampment, and now we've switched over to the throne room.
Ooh. Well, you guys get to see that. I didn't know that. That's not in the build that I got to see. And I think the last one I have here is some ocean buoyancy stuff. Do note that, this footage is just to show off that primarily. So when they're on the ship, you can kind of see how it's moving and the ocean's moving up with them. And this boat kind of has a little bit of hole in the bottom of it. So you can see the water comes in there and you can see how it is when they're swimming in it too. I know, that's all this
Don't
video
drown.
shows.
That's fun.
Don't drown.
That's
Focus on
where,
the
you, that's
buoyancy.
where you keep your fish. When you catch your fish, you throw them in there.
I don't think you're going to get very far on that ship.
It's magic, Margaret. It's magic.
Okay, it's magic. I'm sorry. That's true. You could have a magical boat. I'll give you that. Okay. Gives me an idea for like a fish tank at the bottom of the.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, you
we
can't
have
tell where
to.
the bottom begins and the ocean starts. That's great.
Yeah, like so you can see under. That'd be sick. All right, I got ideas. New items.
I love the new ocean shader and the tide
The tide when
mechanics.
it comes in. Yeah, it's really cool. Moving on, but that's our artists over on the environment side have been just doing phenomenal work. A lot of what you see, their work is also in the design video. I mean, all of our teams cohesively work together, so you're getting to see a lot of those updates. And of course, I know a lot of people have seen some of the character stuff. So first and foremost, I think I actually started this at the wrong one. So you get a little sneak peek of
Oh,
this
yes,
one,
this is my
which is the
favorite.
guys of the Withered Woods, which I think Steven gave a little sneak peek of.
I
in
did.
the
It was
past.
early.
It was not
Yes.
done, so now you can see the more final. And this is a 3D model. Like,
This is
if you
not a
look at the
concept.
concept versus this, it's wow. Our team is amazing. My edgy witch vibes. I made this one specifically for McP, and obviously Jeff gave me the go ahead to make like a witchy set. But I know McP loves his witch vibe stuff. Moving on, we have our colonial set, which I believe is part of one of the Kickstarter packages. So you're starting to see more of those.
I think this
This is-
was the Boston PAX
Yes.
unique
okay.
set. Yeah, so only people who got this during the PAX, during the I can't remember what it's called, PAX East, have this one.
But there will be variants of kind of
Yeah.
utilizing this cloth and the style that you'll see in the game as well. And of course, NPCs in the world, which I'm sure Jeff will have fun with. Him and his team will have fun with. Moving on from there, people's favorite sets. I think this is one of the sets that people really loved, the Face of Sorrow. Here you can see it on the different models, dwarf versus human, I think that is.
So
That's a good guess.
edgy.
Very edgy.
Very pointy.
And then we actually have the sword that was in the concept art. Now you don't get the sword, but our artist got really inspired and made the sword, or the sword and the kind of staff. So those will be weapons that will be in the game as well that you can achieve.
Yes, those will be in-game achievable weapons.
And then we also have the turntables, so you can see the 3D model. I mean, that was a 3D model, a screenshot of them, but showing you the T-pose of the 3D model of it, so you can kind of see it. This doesn't have particle effects, so keep that in mind. Doesn't quite have particle effects yet. T-poses always make me giggle. And then we have the Fathom Veil, which I always say this is one of my favorite items to design because I've never seen anything like it before. And I was trying to explain it to an artist, which is like, I want an octopus, but a cloak. And I could not find anything out there that's like that. So it's not quite, I think this is a work in progress, so it's not finished yet, but
No, it's not finished yet.
I wanted to share it. So you'll get to see this progress in the future as we get further along.
It'd be great if there was like an associated social action that the player can do where the tentacles come alive and move around a little bit.
Oh, creepy. But
I know.
maybe if you go into like, never mind, I can't say that because people don't know about that yet. Never mind. All right.
When you get in the water? Oh, when you get in the water.
Shatterclaw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or the water. That's a good idea. So this is the Shatterclaw. This is the mount. Again, work in progress, not finalized. But you can see that. And I believe I have a turntable of this as well, so you can see the 3D model. Shatterclaw.
Yikes. That abdominal region is...
Sorry.
Holy
You
moly.
can see right through it.
I mean, that's
What's
what
our
it's designed.
ESRB rating?
You sure? Like G or something?
Maybe, yeah.
Everyone?
I
don't know.
think we're trying to aim for as many people as possible. But and then we have shown the Still Soul stuff before, but now you're kind of seeing it on all the different races here. A little bit more
What?
polish, finalized. Previous we showed off the work in progress in some other streams. But I always like to kind of show you guys the progression of different items. Obviously, we don't want to show you all the stuff you're going to achieve in game, but we do give you little teasers here and there of them.
I like the dwarven versions. They're just like minis.
And then this is the T-pose 3D model, so you can see it. The little mini ones, I know they're so cute. It makes them, I don't know. I think it's funnier when they're running around too. A little evil.
This guy's chonky. This armor set's chonky.
It is.
Well-
It's true plate.
I was going for that almost like Death Knight vibes, but like icy Death Knight. Hopefully it goes across or comes across that way. And the Titan Bark set. This was my first that I ever designed. It's so cool seeing it come to fruition. Here you can see it on the little guy as well. I think that's just those two images. And of course, that's a work in progress, not finalized yet. Steven tweeted this and shared it out, and people were losing their minds over it. This is the flail runner.
Yeah. Flail runner.
It's so good. It's so
Yeah,
good.
Jincy did a great job with this.
Can we clone Jincy? Can we just like make clones?
I would love if we had like a cloning machine and we could just clone many people.
Yeah, actually, we could clone many of our people. I'm with you on that. But this is so cool. Very, very cool. This next one is a little interesting. If you saw our geode guy, I know it probably looks weird here because you can't see it animating, so the tentacle bits are kind of down. But here is a work in progress of our geode homie.
Oh yeah,
Let's
the
see him
geode.
talk.
This is a Steven design.
Was that a Steven design?
Yeah, this
maybe.
is- I was working here.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
you're right.
designed this set. I remember because
The
me and you
animators were
arguing
like,
about-
"What are you doing?"
we were arguing about color, and this is where I learned that you have a different, like, you have a colorblind or like,
Colorblind, yeah.
yeah, colorblindness. Because I was like, oh, I really like the brighter color, and you were like, no, I like this one. It was a very interesting conversation. And then here is the turntable of that. Cool. And I think that wraps us back up with the withering. So hopefully you
Nice.
got all of that stuff. Yeah. And I think that's it for all of our teams here. And we're gonna move into Q&A segment if y'all are ready.
Yeah, I just want to say before we get into that, obviously,
Sure.
you know, you guys out there, you get to see these progress updates each month, but you know, just want to give a big kudos to the team. Obviously, this project takes a a village, not a village. It takes a city. It takes a state. It takes a country to build. But it's obviously, you know, a great thing. We have such talented artists and designers and engineers, and I'm really proud of the team and what they've all come together to create. I think you guys are out there in the community as well. So just major hearts out to everyone on the Intrepid team. You know, this is bigger than any one person. It is all of us working together and committed to seeing this project, you know, through and delivering to you guys out there what we promised. And we appreciate all of you tuning in each month and watching these updates and just being with us every step of the way. It means a lot to us, and we love you all out there for it, and we love our Intrepid team 100%.
I mean, you see us three every month, but there is a whole slew of amazing people that are talented who are working endlessly and with all of their heart and soul and putting their heart and soul into this. So it is, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's very sweet, Stephen.
Aww.
And I love seeing all the hearts in chat.
Yeah, the hearts are really nice.
So cute. It's so nice. I was actually saying, I didn't talk about this during the studio update, but I did tell the PI folks this, is that we are planning in the studio to have a like wall of fame where every month we swap out what's on that wall, which is like all the amazing fan art that you guys send, all the positive words, so that, you know, when the design team and the development team, or well, the whole development team walks by it, they get to like see all of the amazing, nice, kind things you guys say. Because obviously my team is always in it. We're like talking to you guys 24/7 as much as possible. And I hope that you see that on our social platforms, on our, you know, community platforms, that we're there and we're communicating and you're not feeling like you're not heard. And if you feel that way, please message me, let me know, and I will try my best to find ways for us to make, you know, that more obvious. But the development team is working so hard. They don't have time to like sit there and respond to all the forum posts, respond to social media. So they don't get to see that stuff. And I want to make sure that when they walk in every day, that they get to see all the kind and amazing things that you guys say to us, send to us. And we'll do our best to make sure that, you know, that's shared across our team. But yeah. Oh. All right. I'm just too excited. We're going to move over to the Q&A. Q&A. And
Yay.
Shout out to Toast for going through 1 million pages. Thank you. So our first question here, actually, I think all of these are from the forums. T. Elf wants to know, and this is about announcements. When a node levels up, how far away will the notifications be broadcasted? Only in the node, or will they be worldwide?
So it's going to depend at the stage in which it levels. For the first two stages, at the crossroads and encampment level, it'll likely be within a proximity of that area. For the village, it's going to be in that region, and then for town and higher, it'll probably broadcast worldwide.
Yay! Ardanis wants to know, and this is about mercenary NPC specifically, what determines the power level of a mercenary NPC hired to defend a caravan? Money spent, node level, player level, or will it be something else?
It'll depend on a few things. So mercenary NPCs are provided to, if we're talking about caravans, are provided to nodes that exist under a castle's rule. Castles have the ability to allocate taxes collected from nodes under them towards certain benefits that go back to the node, or they can be more selfishly govern that treasury more towards the guild that owns it. That obviously is going to have some political implications, because it could, if you're not using it for the benefit of the people in the region, they might rise up and help and assist, kind of take you out from that position of owning that castle. But depending on what allocation is made by the castle can influence the level of mercenaries that are capable. And then at that point, it's going to be on the caravan owner side to determine what amount of money they wish to spend on those available mercenaries. And then if we're talking about mercenaries during node sieges or castle sieges, the node sieges are again going to be dependent a little bit on the castle that's governing them. And then the castle itself, those types of mercenaries will be dependent on how successful they are with the small castle nodes that surround the castle and have events that occur on the weekends preceding the siege event. So there's 3 nodes associated with each castle, and the 3 preceding weeks leading up to the week of the siege. There will be events on the weekend where the hosting guild and its allies have to kind of help build up through the use of caravans and quests those individual nodes around the castle, and then depending on their success grants them access to a variety of mercenary class types and strength.
And do want to note that obviously through development, we may change what those timelines look like, right? Depending on how your testing goes, you might be like, meh, a week is not enough, or whatever.
Oh yeah, as a general blanket policy, whenever I or anybody on the team is talking about designs and talking about what our intents are for the most part, these details get tested out in alphas and betas, and we take feedback, we take data, and general implementation obviously is incorporated in how we want to approach things going forward. So consider everything we talk about a caveat. This stuff is all subject to change, and obviously you guys are part of that change. So yeah.
And thank you for it. Our next question is from Diggs, and Diggs wants to know about caravans. Does a driver lose 100% of their caravan goods upon caravan destruction, or are they also given an opportunity to recuperate some of them in the same way that others can by picking them up? So like if it's destroyed, can they like try to rush in and grab their stuff and run?
So first thing that happens is a portion of the goods in the caravan automatically sink, they're gone. And then the other portion of that is available through the wreckage that anybody can interact with and try to take from, including the defenders. But obviously, once that wreckage appears and there's stuff in that wreckage, it's going to be a brawl, because when you take something out of the wreckage and now you have that resource on your person, when you die, you also drop a portion of those resources as well. So it's like, it's going to be a hungry hippos event of who can get the thing. And then it's going to be people getting murked as they run away from the wreckage with their goods. So
now I kind of want to do a thing where we have a caravan, we have like a goblet or something special, and we have to just figure out who gets it at the end of the it's like hot potato. Whoever ends up with it at the end.
And again, the whole it would be a fun event. The whole concept behind that sense of material loss, it's important even from an economy standpoint that there are considerable sinks associated with opportunities. So the whole concept of a caravan and moving those goods is it's an opportunity on behalf that they're trying to capitalize on that caravan owner. And if they successfully achieve that, there's a heavy reward, but there's a risk associated with that award. That's the whole concept behind Ashes of Creation, is that we're, prioritizing that risk versus reward mentality and type of interaction. That's what really gets the adrenaline flowing for players, and it's a decision you have to make. It's an opt-in. Like, if I'm going to go for that reward, I understand that there's a risk associated with it, and I'm willing to take that risk because I think I can achieve the reward.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add to that, Jeff?
No, that pretty much covered it.
All right. Hygerm or Aram wants to know about naval combat. How do you initiate naval PvP combat, and how does it affect the entire crew's corruption status accordingly?
I'm so sorry. I was reading something. I thought Jeff grabbed that.
It's a super good question.
Yeah.
What's the question?
I'll ask it again. So, how do you initiate naval PvP combat, and how does it affect the entire crew's corruption status accordingly?
Got it. Understood. So there's a few ways that naval combat occurs, right? There are weapon platforms that will exist on each ship, and there will need to be an operator for a weapons platform. So in that sense, when the operator initiates an attack against another ship, they can either do so as a result of an event like a guild war versus between those players. They can do so because they've moved into an area that has an event that automatically flags players, or they can do so from an open world PvP perspective, which utilizes our flagging system. So that would be kind of the three ways in which those things are happening. Also on the mechanic side, that it's not just guild wars. There could be a node war that's been declared. You could have PKers, that have corruption, and you can initiate a fight against them just fine. But those would be the ways that kind of happens.
All right. And Veras wants to know about crowd control. How will crowd control skills work on mounted players? Example, dismounting them, just stunning the mount for the duration, etc.
Both. There will both be dismount abilities that can kick a player off their mount. In which case the mount would persist. Obviously, when you summon your mount, you are in the future. The intent is right now when you summon a mount, you immediately
target the mount versus the player.
Exactly.
Separately.
The mount has its own separate hit point pool. It has its own separate statistics with regard or stats with regards to its defense mitigation and stuff like that. Right now, we don't have it where the mount is separate from the player per se. You automatically mount the mount when you summon it in the alpha, but in the future, you'll be able to summon it, and you won't have to automatically mount it. It'll just be standing next to you. It'll follow you around, and then you'll be able to mount it. And then there's also going to be effects that just stun the mount or stun you on the mount. Yeah.
And some mounts may have combat abilities too, depending on the mount.
All mounts will have certain types of abilities, whether those abilities are utility or sprint or some type of like combat charge through that knocks down players or something. It just depends on the type of mount and the skills associated with that mount. That's also one component of the animal husbandry system is in creating these mounts. You can have unique skill sets associated with them. That obviously creates an economy for mount types and puts some relevancy on the profession of animal husbandry to present unique mounts.
Perfect. And speaking of mounts, we're transitioning perfectly into our next question, which is from Mahez or Maze. I apologize again if I say you guys' names wrong. You're welcome to DM me on Discord and tell me how to pronounce it so that in the future when I see it, I pronounce it properly.
Incoming 5,000 DMs. Go ahead.
No. Luckily, I don't say that many people's names. So, we don't be like 10, 15 people. But will I be able to summon a mount during combat is the question.
Yes. Yes, you will be able to summon a mount. A mount, yeah, exactly. A mount can be an initiation vehicle. It can be an escape vehicle. It can be a utility vehicle. It can be traversal, right? Mounts have obviously many different applications, and that's also going to speak to its identity when it has a skill selection choice too, right? Like, are you more aggressive at initiation with your mount? Okay, well, you probably want the ones that are going to be able to like charge through and do some type of CC effect on players in front of you. Are you more about kind of using a mount to dodge and avoid, different types of things? Well, then you probably want some type of invulnerability skills or some type of protective skills that you can activate at certain times. Are you going to be more traversal and focus on kind of speed? You use your mount just to kind of go around the world and you don't really care about the combat aspect. Well, then you probably want some skill sets on your mount that reflect that.
Make it speedy to get away.
Yeah, exactly.
That expeditious retreat type of vibe going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, obviously there's a lot of different games. Some don't allow you to mount in combat, so it is a good question too.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a difficulty from a balance perspective. Obviously, on the design side, when you're having to incorporate speeds that are so radically different from the normal player movement speeds, and mounts do have obviously a significantly faster component there. But that's why you build into the skill sets that players have. Obviously, those types of CCs, which can either, as we spoke about previously, knock the player off of their mount, kill the mount with some massive damage, or stun the player. Right? Those are components that are taken into account when balancing out these skill selections for players and classes.
Also a possible exception to the rule, because I just want to make it clarify for the viewers as well, because there might be follow-up questions from the community, which is, if I'm in a dungeon or something like that, there may be spaces where you cannot summon your mount. Is that the case? I think we have talked about that in the past as well.
Generally in the open world, you should be okay to summon your mount. There's relatively few instances that we're going to incorporate into the game, probably on the realm of like 80-20 open world to instances. There definitely is going to be opportunities where we would probably want to restrict the ability to summon mounts or even battle pets at some of those instances where we want to just more safely curate what that experience looks and feels like.
For balance.
And balance perspective as well, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to add that in there. And then, of course, we have Tyrrell Stoneheart, having a problem, which wants to know about freehold permissions. And I know we've talked a lot about freehold permissions in the past. If I give someone permission to decorate my freehold, will they be able to use their freehold building cosmetic skins on my freehold? So the items that they have in their inventory and ownership of their stuff?
Almost certainly not.
Yeah, I don't think so. as a matter of fact, I don't even know from a decoration standpoint. That's almost going to be solely, I think that's solely the player who owns the property. You can give permissions like opening doors, accessing chests, utilizing furnitures or crafting stations, but from a placement and decor standpoint, that's going to be entirely on the owner.
Okay. In previous games that I played a lot of MMOs and I've done a lot of interior decorating stuff, people would hire other players to come and like create a hot tub in their house or with strange objects because some people just can't think about it.
Are good at that. Yeah.
Some people just like they come up with crazy stuff, man. So I think that is kind of the intention that they have thought of.
Yeah.
Something to maybe think about for the future.
That's a fun aspect of it, but there's other things that can be created as kind of like a loophole to what we want to control that we would want to restrict placement to the player.
Okay. Okay, I'm just following up for you guys. Ghost, you know why I said hot tub. Ghost Rings wants to know. There's a whole thing going on Twitch with hot tubs, so. Guild freeholds is the next topic here, which is, will guild leaders be able to use their freehold building cosmetics on their guild freehold as well as their personal freehold?
It depends. It depends on the item. Some items will not be cross-applicable between guild hall freeholds and personal freeholds. There will also likely be some restrictions on item placements based on the type of property you're attempting to place it on. But there could be some cross relevancy between the two.
Right. And then we have E. I don't know. I think it's IYI, so I don't know how to pronounce that. I wants to know dropping items. Can a corrupt player drop items out of their inventory for others to pick up, or does dragging them out of your inventory simply destroy them?
So at the moment, dragging items out of your inventory destroys it. We haven't answered the question on whether or not we're going to have in-world drops. That's likely we won't.
That.
Yeah, I know. It's likely we will not.
Well, in Lineage 2, we would drop all the coins and use spell stuff. It's so fun.
It's great. In
think of how many players we're going to have in a zone and how many items those players could have in their inventory.
They
end up on the
didn't save
ground.
it forever. It was like they had a short period of time they stayed.
They did have they had a lifetime. But just to give funny context, when I used to play Lineage 2 and I used to own the castles with my guild, I'm not proud of this, but I used to place one.
You might be a little bit proud.
I'm not proud. I really am not. But you know, to be fair, they started it first, so I had to do it in reciprocation. But we used to place one Adina just all over one little coin all over the ground on the battlefield, so that when the attackers came up to the siege zone, they would instantly crash. No.
Steven.
Listen, do not do as I did when I was younger. That's bad. But
and then I was on the other side because I was working on Lineage 2 dealing with that.
I know, I'm so sorry. But anyways, the point is that there are problems that can be created through allowing players to kind of drop items in the world. And I know,
I've seen it.
I think we'll probably stay away from that. But let's say we didn't. Even if we didn't, that would be a loophole that we'd want to try to avoid. So what we would do is on a corrupt character, we would disable their player-to-player trading and their ability to drop items. If they can make it to their freehold and deposit in their private storage, that's fine, but they wouldn't be able to do so with a public warehouse or an NPC warehouse.
And you can currently trade items. So if you go up to somebody, you can trade an item with them.
Currently, you can.
You can accept trades. So there are some tradable items, yeah.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is we would restrict a corrupt player's ability to access their player-to-player trade option.
Gotcha.
And their ability to drop items.
But generally, people are usually going to be able to trade, is what I meant. Not that about. I wasn't specifically speaking about corrupted players.
Yes.
That makes sense to me. A corrupted player maybe should not be able to have the same casualties as others.
Yeah.
I don't mean casualties in the sense of death. I mean casual things have access to. Different words. English is strange, and it's not my first language. And our last question here, unless we want to go to the bonus questions, I don't know if you guys have time. I know we have started late, and we have a long day, and we have a lot going on, is from Otterboy.
I'm so hungry.
I know, which is an amazing name. And they have a question about progression. What is your philosophy on progress across various systems being account-wide versus character-specific?
My philosophy is that it should be character specific.
Yeah, I think we're pretty lockstep about that. There are, I can't think of anything that we have that's account wide. And I know why that question's asked, right? Is so that people who love alts and roll alts don't have to go through all of that content again. It's part of this game, right? Like that's part of the commitment to creating a character.
So replayability too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. Like, the amount of time that we put behind certain progression paths that we want players to kind of, soak before they get that achievement, that is intended for a per character progression, right? And it becomes a different type of game when you allow this, some progressive paths to be account wide and, multiple characters. It is a fundamentally different economy. It's a fundamentally different, power balance. It's just a lot of different things.
You also have to take a look at the state of the world, right? Like, some things will be available at certain states of the world and some things will not, right? And depending on when you create your character will depend like where in your character's life you see those things. And having a character that kind of has all of the history of everything kind of breaks the idea of the game kind of like at a fundamental level. So
yeah. And the last thing on that subject, this is our last question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Last thing on that subject is, it also makes alt creation and alt progression more meaningful too, because there's a few subsect of people who, one, are capable and are willing to kind of create that alt to satisfy some other purpose. It's also a rewarding benefit to them that they are aware, like, if another person wants to achieve this, they have to go through the same amount of work that I had to go through. That's I think an important thing.
And on the other spectrum of it, the non-progression items like cosmetic stuff, and transferring that between characters and accounts. I know we've talked a little bit about that, but I know that people have follow-up questions about that. If you just want to clarify on that front, how folks will be able to do that.
Say that one more time.
On the cosmetic side of it, being able to, put items on different characters. I know we've talked about that in the past. Is that an exception to that rule? Because that's not
so cosmetics. If you own a cosmetic item, it is account bound, right? It's on your account, and you can assign it to a character. But when you assign that to a character, it's a one-time assignment. We may provide, I don't know if we've mentioned this in the past, but we probably allow players to unassign it from a character and assign it to a new one with some cooldown period, if they wish to. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify on that because I think people might have follow-up questions in regards to that. All right. With that, we made it. We made it through another development update.
I hope that's not surprising.
All of the things that came
after this
us
morning
today.
and last night, it's pretty surprising.
I was a little worried. I'm like, I hope my power stays on today. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. We always enjoy these. It's fun for us to showcase all of our amazing content. I know we had some personal struggles on other ends, but we still do enjoy it. And we love sharing it. And I think what makes us upset is when stuff doesn't work, and we're trying to share that with you all. Again, like Steven said, he's going to, we're going to, as a team, re-record some footage for you all, and we'll be uploading that. It won't be edited or anything like that, but he just wants to kind of redo it so we can show it off in a little better light than what we were able to show here, so that you guys can see that. So we will have that coming up as well, on top of, if you just caught this at the end or you want to relive the action, the Twitch VOD will be available as soon as we end the stream, but we'll also upload this to our YouTube channel, and we'll be posting it to our website as well, so that it's archived for future usage as well. I usually always try to what do you call it? Timestamp stuff, so you can easily go to the sections that you want. So, use that if you will. And of course, we have our new dev discussion and guild gathering in April, so please partake in those, as well as our March cosmetic swap over and new Alpha 1 pre-order pack will be available on May 5th. And of course, the current cosmetics will be transferring over. So if you'd like those, snag them up. And then, of course, our next Alpha 1 preview playtest is scheduled for May 14th to May 21st. And if you're eligible, you will be receiving an RSVP and Discord Connect email from us in the upcoming week here. So stay tuned for that. As well as we do have plans for the content creator program. The long wait for the revamp is coming to a close here, and we're hoping to announce that next week as well. So stay tuned. And of course, follow us on all of the places, right here on Twitch, so you don't miss out on any of our content. We do plan to actually have some other fun streams. They might not be uploaded to YouTube because they might be more like let's play fun stuff, or we might just take highlights from it and upload it. But we have some really fun events planned for the May test as well as the June. We have a lot of stuff. So definitely come tune in. So even if you don't have access to the Alpha 1, you are going to get to help experience and have a good time and hang out with us as we run some really fun events for you. And of course, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, where we post all kinds of content almost every day. So if you want to keep in touch with us, please do so there. We love hearing you guys send us amazing things. And of course, we love your creations. So thank you for all of the amazing fan art, fan stories. Oh my gosh, all of the creations that you guys do. Some people have built things for us. I just can't wait to share some of it because we've gotten some things through the PO box and our staff hasn't actually gotten to see them because we all haven't been in an office together. So we're going to try to find places where we can put those objects that you guys have sent us and created for us as well in those places. So thank you. And I think that's going to wrap it up for us for our Ashes of Creation April development update. We'll see you all next month for another update.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.